From KGW News, this is a special edition. The Good Stuff.
I really hope that people are more, once they see this, they're more, hopeful for what's going to happen in the city of Portland.
Some good words. A vibrant mural goes up in downtown Portland, covering some of the damage demonstrators have left behind. Hello and welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Galen Etlin. It turns out that good art is the work of local foster kids. Our photojournalist Steve Redlin explains how this project started.
It's a collaborative mural.
Standing in front of the word hope on the boards up on the wall.
Are you guys excited to paint today? Really?
A block-long mural is being painted by the numbers.
All of the youth wrote their intentions on the wall. B as in love. Think positive thoughts.
Just to have the city of Portland more happier, because it's kind of having a lot of hostility right now.
I was here the day after that things got busted up and a lot of things were lost and stolen.
Downtown Portland is feeling the power of racial equality emotions, and it can really affect foster kids and at-risk youth who already may feel alone.
I think just from all the negative that's been happening with the protests and stuff, it's something like a positive light happening right now. There's like a glimmer of color down here because things have been pretty dark and gloomy, especially all these boarded up windows. Then
add the isolation forced on all of us by the pandemic threat, and words like optimism and hope are welcome ones.
Enlightened, just to, some people are not really 100% sure about what's going on.
This mural is being created in response to a lot of looting and all of these windows were broken up. All the impacts of COVID have been really impactful on a lot of youth, especially youth that are living in temporary homes. Child abuse is up by 400%. So giving youth opportunities with creativity and self-expression is incredibly healing.
The businesses here asked for help from Color Outside the Lines. So with the help of Open Eye Art, they're covering over the impacts of the protests and sending a message about how they hope the community responds.
We do need those reminders that things are broken, but I think that right now the community also needs some light.
Trying to exercise more of a visual positive voice out there, you know what I mean?
As many as 45 select kids and other invitees will safely paint the town through the middle of this week. But the hope is that all of Portland will notice.
One person, one deed, one act of kindness always overdoes the madness that's going on.
What was that? I hope that this chapter is a lesson for us to grow as a whole, and I feel hopeful that there will be some good change that comes from it.
Good for them. Love seeing that effort there. The mural on 4th and Southwest Alder will be up for a couple of months, so you'll have plenty of time to see it in person if you want to check it out. Now, there's another story here. He's giving back to others through food. Chef Jacob Valentine spent the afternoon cooking 1,000 free meals for people in Southwest Portland. It was a team effort. Volunteers and other chefs joined, including Vitaly Paley. Chef Valentine is the founder of the Fed Project. The free meal program has provided 5,000 meals to people in need since late May. And we really appreciate Doe Hatfield for letting us know about that story. A man in Central Washington is making it his mission to ensure communities of color have healthy and affordable food options. Britt Moore caught up with the Apple Guy.
Hugo Sanchez Garcia is always on the move.
I'm selling apples, Honeycrisp apples, Rainier cherries, and Bing cherries. Well, I was selling Honeycrisp apples. I just ran out, actually, like a couple seconds ago.
He was working at a university right before the pandemic hit and had to quickly switch gears.
My dad, for a few years, actually, he's like, you should go sell apples. Like, you can get apples here at a really good price, and like, people over in Western Washington love apples.
So he became the Apple Guy and is now using his passions for social justice and entrepreneurship to help distribute and sell fresh and affordable food. Garcia says he sold more than 30,000 pounds of apples since he started his project in April. He offers sliding scale prices, allowing anyone in need to pay what they can afford.
Why do you think apples are political?
I think really all food's political. I don't think it's just apples.
In this Facebook post, Garcia explains why access to healthy food, including apples, is symbolic of deeply rooted issues impacting communities of color.
Whether you're looking at like Yakima or Chelan, there has been an increase and there continues to be the highest numbers of like COVID in these particular communities are within farm workers. I mean, there's layers upon layers of things that that require us to treat food as political as it like actually is.
Love seeing that story too. Now, Garcia plans to continue his food project for as long as the weather cooperates. I used to live in Eastern Washington, so I know that the weather will hold out. It's about 300 days of sunshine. Wishing him the best of luck. Still to come, a local summer camp is inspiring the next generation of engineers.
Engineering is something fun, something you can build on to learn so many other things.
When we come back, how the camp is keeping kids sharp despite this pandemic. And this week on The Good Stuff, we've been sharing your stylish face mask selfies. Work it! As of today, face masks are required at indoor public places. And here's a few more of your photos as we go to break. Absolutely, congratulations to all those students. Now, with school out for the summer, kids are venturing off to camp, and photojournalist John Goodwin shares one organization trying to keep kids engaged and safe.
When you do things and when you make things, I think that's the essence of being an engineer.
Where you see the payoff is in the adjustments you make along the way, especially in the world of COVID-19.
I think after being stuck at home for so long, you can tell they're very excited to be back in a different, but still the social environment.
Engineering for Kids has been around the Portland metro area since 2012. They focus on, you guessed it, engineering for kids. Director May Wang says it's been no small feat to stay open for this year's summer day camps and make sure kids are still engaged.
Of course, we are strictly following all the government rules and regulations and guidelines regarding COVID-19.
The camps take place at 8 area locations every week until the end of August. This week's theme is Inventor's Workshop.
Basically, it's a robot with a little motor there
that can move with markers that draw.
Ronan is in the 4 to 7-year-old group that's turning styrofoam cups into drawing machines. The 8 to 12-year-olds are working on making miniature paddle boats.
We would really like to inspire them through the summer camp to know that engineering is something fun, something you can build on to learn so many other things.
For parents uncomfortable with sending their kids into a camp, they offer online camps with pre-recorded courses where you can learn at your own pace. Not only have they taken precautions against the pandemic, but they are making sure kids are completely protected due to smaller numbers this year.
So we assign a floater teacher to be here to make sure, because we have girls, we have boys, and we want to ensure the parents with girls, because our lead teacher this week is a male. Your kids are safe with us. We are trying to take into all kinds of considerations to make sure the safety and the health of each one of our kids.
It's a field all about problem solving, and May hopes they can inspire the next generation that's quickly learning that adjustment is the name of the game.
try to get kids who don't have confidence or interest in engineering get to our camp and our program, and to learn how to enjoy it, and to learn engineering is something that can be fun.
That does look like fun, right? Building all of that stuff. It also looks like a lot of hard work, though. I've not been in school for a while, so a lot of that knowledge is not in my brain anymore. But the problem-solving skills will last a lifetime, so wishing those kids lots of luck. Now, before the end of the school year, a first-grade teacher found a way to make remote learning a little more fun. I love this story when we first aired it. Lindsay Jones lives on a goat farm near Tacoma, and she started a YouTube series called Grammar with Goats, featuring the animals in her video lessons.
My team and I just one day were collaborating on what our weekly lesson was going to be, and decided grammar was something we still wanted to carry out, and the alliteration of Grammar with Goats just sounded fun.
It makes you wonder, what exactly is Grammar with Goats? Well, the videos were a big hit with students, and they were also a good way to help stay connected. A fun way to link in those lessons, too. As downtown Portland slowly comes back to life, so is the Willamette River. Drew Carney shows us all the fun you can have on board an electric boat.
This is one of the 4 boats in the Portland Electric Boat Company fleet, and this right here is our captain today. He's the man behind the operation, Captain Chris Lloyd. What are you guys doing right now to keep your customers safe and your staff safe?
Well, we're following pretty much standard procedure. Everybody's wearing a mask and sanitizing each boat and any of the life jackets that were worn from rental to rental.
Now, I know in years past you had a max capacity of 10 people on board.
Did.
That's not happening right now, or is it?
No, for social distancing, because these are 21-foot boats, we cut the numbers down to 6. But there have been situations where families have called and stuff. You know, family of 8. You know, we'll see if we can work something out for you.
Let's talk about the fun information, how this works exactly.
Okay. The typical route that they take off on is we send them down for about an hour below Ross Island, and then they come back up, and then the other hour gets them all the way through all the downtown bridges. So typically 2 hours. If people want a little bit more to go to like the Fremont Bridge, then they do 3 hours. We actually encourage people to bring anything they want, food, drink, including alcohol. You know, of course, the captain can't drink, but everybody else can. And that's really one of the most enjoyable things to do out here. I mean, everybody's gathered around the table, they're talking, having a great time in this weather.
Let me make that clear. When you sign up for an experience on a Portland electric boat, you don't get a captain. You become the captain. So I think we should get the refresher course, Chris, on how to operate one of these boats.
Ah, excellent. The magic of these little boats is they are essentially a golf cart on the water. You've got a steering wheel, you just point it and it goes. You've got a throttle, it's got a forward and a reverse. It's just really that easy.
And just like that, the trainee becomes the captain. All right, here we are, loving our time on the water. In fact, the only thing we need now is to change this music. Captain Chris, hit that button. There we go. Now we're rocking. Yeah, really easy website to remember, my friends. Woohoo! Portland Electric Boat Company.com. Woo!
Drew knows how to have fun on a boat. He's so jealous of that assignment. Well, supporting local farmers from a distance, dozens of Oregon farmers markets are going virtual to make it easier for you to shop. And we'll explain the process and show you the good food. Welcome back to The Good Stuff. Now, this is normally the busy season for farmers markets across the state, and many have made changes to deal with the pandemic. Our Cassidy Quinn, though, explains it may now actually be more convenient for you.
This is what it used to look like shopping at your local farmers market before the pandemic hit.
The beautiful thing about an in real life physical farmers market is sort of that exchange between the vendor and the shopper and sort of the relationships that are created.
But this is what it might look like now, depending on which market you go to. People lined up in their cars, coming to pick up items they ordered online in advance.
Each market is great to see how innovative they all are and dedicated to sort of setting up a safe shopping environment for Oregon customers.
On the coast in Florence, a town with a big senior population, which means high risk.
So it's very important to take care of our community members, and they're grateful to still be able to access that quality food.
The Florence Farmers Market is only open for online shopping right now, with drive-through pickup.
It was quite a process to reinvent ourselves, which we had to do literally.
Florence is just one of 27 markets around Oregon with some sort of online ordering system. Go to the Oregon Farmers Market Association website, pick your local market, and start your order.
Choose what you like, put it in your cart, just like you were shopping at Amazon, only better.
Yes, better, because you're buying local.
Since farmers markets and those sort of small local businesses are such a large part of our Oregon agricultural economy, it would be a real shame to see them not supported during this time.
Cassidy always covers these stories that make me so hungry. All that food looks good, right? Now, I know a lot of food vendors and restaurants are having a hard time right now, so I'm really glad to see these new ways to still buy local. Now, if you have a positive story to share with us, you can send photos or videos with the KGW app. Just scroll down to the Good Stuff section and click Submit Here. Fill out the form, upload a photo or video, tag the location, then watch for it here on KGW. And still ahead, fireworks will light up the sky at the Volcano Stadium this weekend, but there's a few changes to keep in mind. All right, I know some of our area's biggest fireworks displays are canceled this year, but the good news is the show will go on in Kaiser. Bryant Clerkley shares what you can expect at the Volcano Stadium.
Officials with the Volcanoes say that there will be music, a tribute, and a huge fireworks show. But you have to stay in your car.
We are going to have a concession stand that is open, but we're going to maintain social distancing and all the protocols that have been put in place. We also are going to have restrooms open, but once again, same thing, maintaining social distancing and those protocols.
CEO of the Volcanoes, Mickey Walker, says the gates to the stadium will open at 5, and it's $20 a vehicle to participate in the festivities. There's only a limited number of tickets, and you have to buy them in advance on the Volcanoes website.
We're going to have a live band playing from 6 to 8, and then the tribute will be from about 8 to 10, and then the fireworks after that.
Walker says the tribute this year will be for veterans who served multiple tours. Walker says this is a great way to bring people together, even with no baseball.
And last year we're very proud. We actually won the Charles K. Murphy Patriot Award, which basically said that we had the best military tribute out of all 160 minor league teams in the country.
That is an impressive honor, isn't it? And by the way, they'll also have more events throughout the year to make up for the lost baseball season. So you've got that to look forward to as well. We want to thank you so much for joining us, and please remember to keep sharing the good stuff. We'll leave you now with more of your face mask selfies. Have a great night.